Welcome to another creature tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about rig transfer. Okay, this is a new exciting feature I'm very happy to introduce to Creature, and these features pertain to Creature Pro. Now, what is rig transfer? Say you had a very simple origami bird character here that I've made. Okay, just two parts, and here's a rig, and here's the animation. It does simple flapping. Okay. All right, nothing fancy, but let's say you had something like this. And then one day you made another rig. You made another rig over here. Let me find it. Let's see. Okay, right. You made another rig of a real bird over here. Okay? And this animation, or this rig, sorry, contains no animation. You just created this rig. What if you wanted to transfer the rig of the origami character that we just saw and its animation over to this new rig? What do? Well, you could obviously recreate the bones in this rig, or you could do rig transfer, and that's what I'm going to show you. So to start off again, let's go back to this bird rig here. So you see I have these meshes created over here. I have placed them here, but there's no bone structure yet, and there's no animation. So first thing you're going to do is click on rig, and then click import and transfer from external rig. Okay, this is the new feature. And then we pick the origami project, which is, I believe, is over here. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now, and the other thing that you need to keep note of when you do a rig import and transfer is that it's going to transfer over the bone structure and the bone animations, the bone motors and the animations, but it will not transfer the mesh motors, all right? Because mesh motors don't transfer well for rig transfer because you actually have different regions. So the bones and the bone motors are transferred over, but the mesh motors are not. So very important thing to remember. You're going to have to recreate the mesh motors. Okay, once you're done with that, click transfer. Now this process is a permanent process. You cannot undo it. If you do want to undo or revert, you're going to have to use the restore the checkpoint feature. Thankfully enough, every time you do a rig import and transfer, Creature will save the previous copy. So you're going to be able to revert back. Okay, so now click yes. Okay, now the rig has been transferred over. Let's see what we get. Click on bone, and you can see this is our bone structure from the origami character, except it's not placed correctly at the right location. So what do? So what you do is just drag the global handles, the global sizing and transformation handles, to size the bones correctly, okay, to place it on the new character. And then you can just do some last-minute minor adjustments to make sure that the bones actually align with the new meshes you have for this character. All right? Okay, so once you're done with this, the next step is obviously to weigh the bones, right? And traditionally, you would have gone in and clicked on affected regions or group selected them and assigned them to the right regions. But I'm going to show you a new feature for Pro called Auto Region Assign. Okay, so this feature is actually going to automatically assign the bones to the weighting regions. Creature is actually going to try to automatically figure out which regions should be associated with which bones during weighting. So click on Auto Region Assign, all right, and then it says Auto Assign Regions for our bones. It's not going to do a perfect job. You might have to go in and fix a couple of bones, but it's going to save you a lot of time. So trust me on that. And now click yes. All right, so now you can see all the different regions have been actually correctly assigned to the bones, right? And now we just apply the weighting, and let's go to animate mode. Okay, and it looks a bit weird, obviously, because that's from the origami character. So let's fix this pose over here. Okay, and finally, as I told you, the mesh motors aren't transferred over, so we're going to have to reinstall the flapping, and that's about it. And now there you go. We have the same exact animation with the motors from the origami character and the rig transferred over to this new bird character. So that is basically rig transfer, rig import and transfer. It's a very useful feature. Thanks for watching this tutorial.